The unexpected thing that happened when I stopped trying to heal. Welcome to the Self Concept Bestie podcast. I'm your host, Laura. For a lot of, God, I want to say actually a lot in my life, but definitely the last 2.5 years, I've been becoming aware of memories that surface, beliefs that made me who I am, that's created my whole identity. And I've been healing through it, healing that inner child, changing their beliefs. But I realised that I was almost creating another identity on top of the one that I was trying to heal from. So bear with me. When you are going through healing, for me anyway, I was always looking for the next thing to heal. It was just what was in my awareness fully. And what we're aware of, as I've mentioned before, it's what our brains pick up on. And guess what? It's what it gives us more of. So we need to heal through all of that. If we want to change our trajectory in life, if we want to, change the outset of what we are seeing, our perception, we do need to start healing the wounds and changing the beliefs within us. But I had also created then an identity of what to heal next. What's the next thing that I can heal? So guess what kept on happening? My brain kept on showing me more things that I needed to heal. And that was all my life really was. Something's came up. Okay, right, I need to heal that. Oh, okay, this is it. And then there's another layer. Oh, right, and I need to heal that. And I was just always looking for something to heal. And part of that actually was, okay, I'm not saying I'll be happy when I've healed, because that was never what it was. It was more, okay, life's going to change once I've healed this. Okay, I'm going to start seeing things differently once I've healed this. And I suppose it's just on the same scale as I'll be happy when. It's okay, things are going to get better once I've healed this. So you're creating this scenario where you're constantly needing to heal. And recently I've just felt like I've had enough healing. And healing is linear. We're always going to maybe have something that comes up. But it doesn't mean that needs to be our whole life. Because I've stopped looking for that next problem now. So I don't look for the next problem. They'll maybe come up and I'll maybe see it. I'll maybe feel it. I'll be aware of where it's came from. And I've got the tools now that I can just work through it right away and move on. There's no meaning attached to it now. It's, okay, right, this has came up. Weird. Where's that came from? Let's feel that. If we need to cry, if we need to scream, whatever it is. And I've become unapologetic for feeling that now. At the start of this journey, 2.5 years ago, it was very much, okay, I need to be positive, need to, be thinking good thoughts and almost resisting the feelings. And that was so wrong. Like, I know at the start when I look back how that is not the way to do it. We need to feel this. We need to work through whatever it is that we're going through and feel it wholeheartedly. Sit with it, but don't allow it to go over a day. And that's something that I live by now. If I am having a bad day or something's came up, I'll give myself a day. One day. I'm not going to sit and wallow in self-pity for more than a day. But some days I do have that where I'm like, feeling a bit sorry for myself, but it's a day. That's it. I will not allow myself to go over a day. And the next day, wake up, put on my big girl pants, and I make sure that I'm bringing into my awareness, that I am making sure that I am aware of the good things that are happening in my life right now. And also, I've stopped making people's actions mean something about me. This has been so, freeing. Freeing, I can't even describe to you how freeing this is. Because a lot of when I started out this self-concept journey, especially, it was a lot around the law of assumption. And the law of assumption states that everybody is you pushed out. So what I started doing was, if somebody hadn't treated me right, or if something like somebody's actions weren't matching up to, it was maybe disrespectful, I would start almost blaming me, and that is not the thing to do. Oh my God. Because what I was doing is, however, there's probably a double-edged sword here, because part of that helped me heal even more, because I was like, right, well, what is this showing me? But sometimes all I done then was like, right, okay, why are they treating me like this? What is it that's wrong with me that I need to heal through, instead of, so now the question I ask, because people are people and they will treat us how they want to. But now it's the story that we allow ourselves to know. So I don't now make that meaning, what is it that's wrong with me? Okay, if that's triggered me, what is that story showing me? What is that bringing up? Why is it bringing it up? And that's okay. You know what? You let that person move on. I'm not allowing that to define me. And if it has triggered me, why has it triggered me? Let's feel it. Let's move through it. Let's work on whatever little girl inside of me is not liking it. And we move on with our day. Because I've built that trust up within myself that I know who I am now. So if somebody wants to disrespect me, that's okay. You know what? That's on them. And I now just feel sorry for them. When I look at people who's aggressive or wants to tear people down, do you know what? It's a shame for them. It really is. And I don't create the meaning that there's anything wrong with me now. Yes, if it's triggered me, yes, I will definitely work through it. But it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with me. And there's so much freedom in that, when you're like, right, okay, I've got the control, I've got the power almost to see what this is bringing up in me, but not allowing it to define me anymore. And then that kind of goes on to when you're not then looking for someone else to make you feel better. I know a lot of women, especially listening to this, when you are in the depths of it, we want somebody to save us, don't we? Of course we do. Of course we want somebody to save us. And for a long time, when I was having a bad day, or if I was triggered, or if something came up, or if, there was money blocks, or, a job wasn't going the right way, or the success wasn't there right away when I wanted it, or when I had expected it, or when I was manifesting it to happen, I was like, I just wish there was somebody, I wish I had somebody to just turn around and say to me, you know what, Laura, I've got you. Don't you worry. Let's lay these swords down. You don't need to be protecting yourself right now. Lay them down. I have got you. Of course, that's what we want. But I always knew that nobody's coming to save you. I know that. I know nobody's coming to save me. I save me. I save me. And yes, is it nice to have a partner to do life with 100%? But now, when I have these bad days, when, life hits me square in the face, I am automatically don't look for somebody to save me. And that realisation for me has been massive, to be able to sit there in the thick of it, feeling what I'm feeling, crying. Tears are medicine, by the way. When you are feeling something, cry it out. Do not stop the tears. Feel it. Do not resist it. It's just a side note. But I didn't go searching for, oh my God, right, okay, let's open up a Tinder. Let's distract myself from this. because hopefully somebody else can save me. But then I realised, oh, why? Here we go. And there was someone else needing to heal, another belief that needed changed. I was like, why is that? Like, why am I looking for somebody to save me? And of course, it's that little girl in me that just wanted to be saved. But when I've went back and I've looked at the beliefs that I am my own protector, that I am supported, because I've actually started being aware of all of the support that I have around me. Well, by my friends and my family, oh my God, like how much love and support they show me. And I've really brought that into my awareness. So I don't need anybody, because I've actually already got it, one within me and two already around me, surrounding me. So I don't need to look for that in a relationship, which then in turn has actually lifted up my standards almost. It's this, I don't know what's happened recently. The shift has just been crazy. And I've been thinking, how do I even articulate this? How do I even put this into a way that it might help somebody? So I suppose it's just me here speaking, explaining, and hoping that you take away what it is that you are needing. So when I now look at any sort of connection, I won't just look for connection because I'm in the thick of it and I'm looking for somebody to save me. I'm not looking for somebody to validate me. I'm not looking for that proof that I am worthy of saving. It's already within me now. So when I'm now looking at that connection side, it's actually not there. Maybe, and I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I'm okay on my own actually. And I think that that's something that's been a massive realisation, is how content I am. And it's not that I've closed myself off for connection. It's that I don't need it to live a good life. I don't need it to define me. And it's something I've always talked about, but now it's almost like internally my nervous system now sits there as like, oh no, like this life is pretty great, Laura. Like, how do you say that? Like, I was sitting last night, beautiful sunshine, lying out my back garden, music on, sitting with 0% gin and tonic, and I was just sitting there in awe of my life. Now, realistically, if I was to really go in to possibly what is happening in my life to other people, they would be like, how are you feeling so safe and content right now, Laura? Because it's not all sunshine and roses, but I am so content in it because I trust that everything is actually working out. I trust that things will work in my favour, and I am noticing all of the good. My perception is through good, not through what isn't. We're always searching for what's next and what could be better, but actually let's start looking at what already is amazing. And oh my God, it's amazing lying there just in that sun, just thinking, you know what, this is my life. Like, how lucky am I? That feeling of pure gratitude. And you know what? It wasn't forced. I just start to enjoy my own life. Enjoy the joy that is already around me, that happiness that is there. And there's something to be said about a simple life. And I've said it quite a lot recently, and it's the little things. And it really is. Like, for me, it's the little moments, the tiny, tiny moments that a lot of people, when we're in the depths of worrying, that we don't see all the little glimmers of joy that is actually happening. And that shift in perception and be able to see all of these beautiful moments of joy, of seeing my kids just laughing and just being happy, to see my family and spending time with the people that I love, that is priceless. That's stuff that money can't buy. And yes, money can give us that freedom. Yes, we need it to, put food on our tables. But it doesn't mean to say that we can't enjoy the little moments. It doesn't mean to say that we can't enjoy all of the great things that are happening in our life now. Because life's going to happen anyway. And do we want to sit and do we want to be worrying? Or do we want to start enjoying these little moments? I came across a video on TikTok and I'm actually going to put it on for you. And I really want you to listen to it. Right. Are you ready? Because just take this away today, please, when you hear this.
We're on a lump of rock. It's spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, and it's in the middle of 2 trillion galaxies. So just think about that for a moment. And you're worrying about other people's opinions or worrying about failure? What if you knew there was no tomorrow, that you were going to die tonight? Would you still be focusing on having a good job, being on time at work, and all the other meaningless stuff that you focus on every day? Would it change? Would it change what you do today? How long will it be before you live? On no account be miserable, because there's absolutely no point at all in being the richest, skinniest, least wrinkled person in the cemetery. You're going to...
Right. Exactly. So what are we going to do today? What is it that we're going to lead with? What is it we're going to start noticing? Because we only get one big ass beautiful go at this life. And I sure as hell don't want to spend that constantly looking for something to heal and constantly worrying that what could go wrong, because what could go right? That's what I say, what could go right? What if it actually works out? What if that thing actually works out? Because we're so worked up on looking at what could go wrong, but what could go right? Because I realised that healing was never the goal. Living was. When something comes up, you feel it, you move through it, and you speak to whatever inner child you are needing to at that moment. But you keep living. If you are wanting support or you're wanting to start finding the person that you've always been, the community is open. Go ahead and click the link on in the show notes, and my website is there. You can join the community where we meet weekly, every Wednesday at 7:30, and we go through really opening up your mindset prompts and then into visualizations or meditations, whatever we're kind of feeling. We focus on ourselves, so we focus on that beauty that we've always had within us. Where is it that it comes from? So if you're looking to start actually wanting to change, actually want to realise who you've been underneath all of this noise, all of this worry, all of this anxiety, go ahead and pop me a message if you've got any questions. Go ahead and click on the website. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, today has already been an amazing day.